All right, welcome to PC Division 2 of PPR Esports. This is Season 2, and this is Monaco, the driver's favorite, shall we say, the crown of the jewels. It's Monte Carlo, and we have 11 drivers all wanting to seek the absolute top step. They want to meet the crown prince of Monte Carlo, and who will be able to be the driver to stand on the top step today, we shall see. I'm joined in the commentary booth for the first time. Popping his commentary cherry is the man himself from New Zealand, just right next to my homeland of Australia. I am Biggles, and I'm joined by Pirate. Welcome, Pirate, to the booth.
Thanks, Biggles. It's good to be here.
Let me just adjust your audio there, Pirate. I think it might be down just a little too low. We need to hear you, sir. So
there we go.
There we go.
How's that sound?
That sounds great, mate. Very good.
Excellent.
Yep.
Now we're over those technical issues here. Hey, everybody. Good to be here. Looking like an exciting race. We've got Curve VX out on the mediums already. Becky B's running qualifying. We'll see how they all come out at the end of the lap, eh?
Yep, that's true. So you're just to give everybody an update at home, Mr. Pirate does race in a lot of the the Asia Pacific League, shall we say. A little early for me, but not early for you, sir. And you have a lot of pace. I've seen you race in a lot of other fun Discord channels and things like that. And I've been,
I get around and I get by.
Yeah, you get around all right. You've lapped me about 100 million times. So what are you kind of expecting the pace that... Well, what kind of pace would impress you, shall we say, as a driver around Monaco?
I think we're already seeing that pace from Curve VX. Yeah,
Curve VX.
On the mediums. I reckon that one team's not bad.
On the mediums too, yeah.
Yeah, he might be making a statement here, but to the other drivers, you know. And this is his Monaco, and this is maybe his league. I don't know, one of the standings. I don't think we've got that information in front of us, but I guess it just adds to the mystery, doesn't it?
Yeah, do you have the current standings? This is obviously... Is this the first, second, third race here? I believe it's all I've got the information there. It's Season 2. So is there already a couple of races that have occurred here or not? Sorry about the limited information there. For everybody out there, we're filling in some comm rolls last minute. So I get you the telemetry and so forth, but I can't get you the information.
Yeah, I can only find the driver list, but...
Alright. Well, perhaps it could be the first race. We shall see. Let us know out on YouTube.
F1 standings. Let's see. I might find it here on the website.
Oh, sorry. Romacon just smacked into the absolute back of somebody. I didn't know who that was. It looks like he was on a hot lap. Was it?
It's yeah.
He's out. He's completely retired that car, and he's facing in the wrong direction. That is stopped just over the pit lane. That's, down the main lane. So he didn't even get to just past the start-finish line. So his race is absolutely ended. He will not improve from...
Third place, though, so, you know.
Yeah, a 111.2. So...
11 races, all set laps.
Absolutely interesting. I see that there. Hopefully the stream is working great for everybody out there. Let me know if it's not. Big shout out to one of the drivers that are out there. That is Striffium. Let's go on board with there. Where's Striffium there? There he is. MRL Striffium.
Number 9 in the championship,
yep.
18 points.
Oh, he is in 9th there. So Striffium there is from the MRL League there. Thank you very much for spending the time. We spent about 30 minutes, I believe, the other night, chatting with him in the chat. All those boys are very, very friendly. Get in there and have a chat. He helped me as a commentator himself, obviously a league running the league, and gave me a whole bunch of information on how to set up my streaming and OB labs and so forth. So hopefully if it looks good, I think so far it's been pretty good. And thank you very much for helping me out with that one, sir. These guys have the knowledge. So the key thing is to listen to people that have experience, that's for sure. Whether or not...
So it looks like the championship leader's not here today, Biggles. Milk Cow, number 1 with 135 points, maybe feeling a bit too comfortable up there. So Becky B Becky B will be the one to watch with 92 points. So, you know, if he can get a first place in the fastest lap, he'll be right up on Milk Cow's breed, shall we say, in the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, interesting. Mikhail's not here. Another fellow Australian.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't like turning up to Monaco, you know. There's one thing, you know, in the real life, you know, you don't say, oh, no, I don't like that Grand Prix. I might pull a sickie.
Oh, you pulled a sickie.
You know.
I love that. For everybody out there that doesn't know what you gotta remember, bro. Like, we're using some lingo that not everybody understands. Pulling a sickie, I understand completely what you mean about. I've done many of them before.
I'm sure everyone can figure it out.
Maybe if they haven't, let's clarify it. Pull a sickie means obviously calling in to work to your boss to say, oh, yeah, can't quite make it to work. I've got a bit of a gut ache or something like that. It's basically just BSing, shall we say, to get out of something you don't want to be a part of. And in this case, Monaco, because a lot of drivers don't want to be a part of following the rear wing of many cars during the whole race. So. Unless you're up front, and we all know track position is key when it comes to Monaco. So at the moment, Kovacs knows that very, very well. The Racing Point driver, a 110.2. So, but then again, Max centered there.
I'm on board with Becky B. He's in a hot lap, just going through the tunnel now.
Let's have a look at Becky B. Yep, we're on board. The Williams driver. Yeah, talk us through.
Coming through the swimming pool chicane is pretty. You got to keep it tight. Get it. Maintain speed, but you want to watch that exit angle. Through here is all flat, nice through here. A little bit of braking, but he hit his front wing, so
he's tapping the wall a bit there, right?
Straight into the pits, but he might just want to set a time, so he's got that delta to watch.
Yeah, he tapped the wall a little bit there, right? Like the tires, not.
He did. Yeah.
You can. Becky B,
he
qualifying.
He still set the fastest time though, didn't he?
Yeah, 109s, mate. Look at that.
He lost the end plate, so he had yellow, but you know that there's not a lot of downforce to be had through that last little sector, so maybe it didn't really make much difference. He was relying on the mechanical grip at that point anyway.
Mechanical grip, by all means. Whatever it is in that Williams car, he did make it stick, and you certainly know he's got. So if he's like at least 6 tenths up on. Hennes, hats off there to Hennes. He's one of my drivers I like to support. I want to see Hennes up in a podium position at some point soon. Hopefully this could be the time that Mr. Hennes can do that.
Exactly. And I mean, the thing is, maybe Hennes just needs to push that little bit extra risk it for the biscuit. You know, we can see Becky B's doing that. He's hitting his wing, you know. He's squeezing everything he can out of the car. And I think he's feeling confident he can go quicker because he's not really... minding his tyres on this cool down lap either.
No, he's invalidated as well, so there's absolutely no point now he boxes, as you kind of mentioned. So a lot of drivers are invalidating their laps, as we see Hennes as well coming around. He's invalidated his lap, but he's just cutting corners right now, so he doesn't care. Yeah. So where are the key points we invalidate? Obviously, I think going into the first corner, that's a common place, and through the out of the tunnel, right?
Chicane and the all through there, you know, all through that middle sector. So, out of the tunnel, into the swimming pool chicane.
Do you find it difficult when you're a driver, following another driver, trying to keep up that pace to avoid it? Is it more difficult following a car to avoid cutting the corners than it is being in front and being pressured by a car behind you?
Well, I guess it depends on your driving style, but no, usually not having... usually getting corner cuts when you're on exit, running wide. It's pretty hard to get penalties here. The only real place to get penalties, I'm on board with Kerry if he's going through that sector we're talking about on his warm-up lap. So through here, it's easy to cut on this chicane here because you're wanting to carry the speed, and you want to cut the corner. That corner, you know, it's low speed. You're sacrificing the corner speed just to get back straight so you can get on the power. But yeah, all through that middle sector is all that's where you'll get invalidated laps. But I don't know, I don't think we'll be getting too much lap invalidation on the hot laps here.
Well, I've seen a few of them actually invalidate a lot in the hot laps. As custom improves, there's the McLaren driver. He gets up in a P4. I saw him setting some greens So that's not bad for him. And let's go on board, obviously, with Kovacs. Now, Kovacs is the only one taking a gamble out of that on the medium tyres. So he obviously... Yep.
Second go on him, but he's just set a purple first sector.
An 18.2. So good pace there.
You know.
Let me
he's
see
not in
if...
the top 10 in the standings. He's in 15th with 8 points, but he might have had a few bad luck results.
Yeah, I've got the race control information up as well. That might help there to try to get a grasp. Big lock up, and that's that tricky section coming out of the tunnel. I'm not quite sure what those corners are called. Now I do know it's a swimming pool complex. Look at that! I love the going through that swimming pool complex. That is something that just as
swimming pool chicanes.
Yeah, that's like you have to hook that up, otherwise you're bouncing off walls. Yeah. So the DRS is deployed there. What is Kovacs going to go a little improve on his time? Yes, he does, a 109.3. So the times are tumbling. Almost 2 tenths up on Becky B. So that was a good lap. Obviously probably had more in it too as well, because there's some few lockups there. And these drivers all know it as well. 5 minutes remaining. So he's got to do a cool down lap right now. But on those medium compounds, are you impressed as a driver to pull that sort of time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is, I was racing around Monaco maybe yesterday, and I noticed that there wasn't that much of a difference between the mediums and the softs here, just because you got so much downforce at play.
What about when it comes to the first round of pit stops? I mean, obviously, we only have 11 runners, so the chances of a safety car will be a significantly reduced, shall we say, rather than a 20 grid. So if there is not...
I think that's what he's gambling on.
Sorry?
I think that's the gamble he's playing, because you've hit the nail right on the head. He's thinking there's only 11 of us here. Hopefully there's no safety car, and these mediums really play dividends.
That's to me.
Cars.
Yeah.
Good time to get your tires out of the way, you know.
That's right. I'm going on board with Mexic. I think that's Mexican. Sorry if it's not. Mexic Pina. I guess judged by the tilde on the end, would be Pina. Almost like pina colada, but it's not. It's Pina. As he looks like he's invalidated his lap anyway. As you can see, the red on the track map as well as my telemetry screen. Reds are not good. Nobody else seems to be improving. Let's have a look at the other.
Might have been a warm-up lap for him, because
could have been.
He's still pushing, and why wouldn't he pit? If it's invalidated.
Ferrari driver running in 11th, going a little bit better on his, at least setting a lap time, but 1:16 is not quite going to cut it when you need to get breaking into the 109s, or at least in the 110s to be competitive in the midfield. Everybody else is kind of just...
There's quite a spread at the moment, isn't there? I mean, there's quite a few people with 11, 12. And, the leaders are out with a 109.3.
Interesting of Romacom's big crash there at the start. I don't know if he had a little tangle of somebody coming out of the pit lane. If Romacon can hear us, jump into the YouTube chat there, streaming live on YouTube. The PPR Esports on YouTube, and then give us a shout out there, because we'll not be able to read any of the Discord. Shout out on the YouTube, and we'll be able to relay what happened on your qualifying session. The only retirement so far of the qualifying. So Kovacs, Becky B, Hannah's, I think that's custom. I always say it's custom. CSTM, Max Senna, MRLBTFU, Roman Kwan had obviously just mentioned, Stryfium running a P8, Max Penna P9, Red Hornet P10, and mentioned much of Red Hornet. And then the driver I'm on board with right now, which is Clean Shelby. It's Clean Shelby. All these names. Who else? Nobody's going on a flying lap right now. Becky B wasn't a flying lap, but invalidated that lap already. So being a little cheeky into the chicanes and into the corners, and obviously overstepping the apex boundaries. What are the tyres on those softs at the start of the race with the heavy loads? It's a 50% race. How long do you generally think that they go around the streets of Monte Carlo, or the glorified go-kart track, shall we say, when you're on those...
I'm not going to go as far as the medium as the big ones, but I don't think we're going to have too many people on the mediums. I don't know. It depends how much they're taking out of it. I mean, for Becky B, he's already done 2 laps on these tyres. So one of them probably a slow out lap, and then, as you said, it invalidated his lap.
Oh, he's on. Now he's on some fresh rubber, and now he's setting the timing boards up. So 11.1, going even faster.
We knew he had more to give, so he's got a purple first sector. He's coming through the chicane here. It's a nice line through there. He had to position the car well on the exit so he could really get on the throttle. Up through the swimming pool chicane. This is all pretty tidy. You just basically want to be calm through the corners, keeping the car steady and is in the throttle as much as possible.
And bingo, this should be pole, provisional pole. At least crosses the line, bingo, there it is. Half a second quicker. Yeah.
But we've got the Racing Point is about to respond. He's out in his out lap and he's just heading through the swimming pool chicane. Ba-dink, ba-dink.
Let's go back to Custom there in P3, the McLaren driver. He's on his flying lap at the moment. So we're gonna.
Looks like he's just on our lap.
Oh no, he's not. He's just completely demolished that. So he's not going to improve. We're going to go back to obviously Kovacs there as well. So Kovacs now on a flying lap.
Coming through. You want to ease up, maintain the corner speed, but get the car positioned. Just go straight over the hump. He's not worried about it. Into the hairpin.
He's not improving.
A lot of drivers take their hairpin differently. Some people take the curve a lot of people don't.
He did an 18.2 for the fastest first sector. An 18.19 is what was the fastest. So he's just a little bit off the pace. He's got to give it everything he can, obviously in the last 2 sectors here, and also avoid invalidating the lap. There's no more time. No more chances. It's showing there that he's got 2 laps on the mediums. However, he's on the soft tyres, as you can see, the red stripes. Can he hook it up? He has the fastest second sector. He's got traffic. Yeah, he's got
traffic.
Will he get the door?
That won't be helping his left.
He gets the DRS anyway and crosses the line. He might have it.
No, he's slowed. He doesn't want to get his he's going in the mediums.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Deliberately slowed down to do that. That's tactical. So there you have it. Anybody else can approve?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Let's have a look.
Nah, I don't think he's going to come under fruit. He's only got... Yeah, I don't think anyone can actually run a lap anymore.
Red Hornet may be able to get a little bit more up. Not much, but that's the Alfa Romeo, and no, he will not improve. So that will be your top 11. So points are definitely on the table for these drivers, because I have a sneaky suspicion that we're not going to have 11 drivers finish the Monaco Grand Prix. I haven't seen that.
We didn't have 11 finish qualifiers, so can't see us having. So
the track conditions for tomorrow. Anybody out there on the world of YouTube, please give us a shout out there for the weather, because Jeff doesn't inform us there. Any way you can find out there, Mr. Pirate, the weather conditions will be? I don't think you can from a spectating kind
We can pray for rain.
We can pray for rain, exactly. If we pray for rain, we're probably going to end up with so many safety cars and probably no more than half the field actually finishing the race. But anyway, Becky B is the man for the on the top step of qualifying, and top step in Monaco means you get that privilege of going into the first corner and hopefully getting a great exit, as we see at the moment Red Hornet going around.
Good work by Becky. I mean, he was the one to watch, so the predictable result there, but I mean, it's worth mentioning that Custom and Curvida, Custom's 8th in the championship at the moment with 22 points, so 3rd place is great for him, and the Curvy, he's even further down in 15th, so.
You see it here as well. Oh, so Custom gets a 5? Is that a I'm not quite seen that before. Is that a penalty on grid position, +1, +5 position?
Yeah, what's he been up to?
Oh, was he involved in that
5
collision before that with Omicron?
Yeah, he must have been involved in the DNF.
So that means Ronicron will essentially he will slot in behind Romicron. So that's interesting. But Curvex is going to have the tyre compounds. However, Becky B has the fresh softs. So Becky B will be the driver to get past. But there's your top three: Becky B, Curvex, Custom, Hennes. Good to see him up battling with the front runners, followed by Senna.
Exactly. He's in sniffing for a podium position.
Yeah, he deserves one.
Yeah, what's he? We'll have a look. Where's he in this championship battle? It's always good to have a look. He might be. He's in 7th place with 24 points.
So the biggest challenge is obviously said Mikkel, who's not in this race right now. Who is the second place man again?
B, the pole sitter.
Becky B, the pole sitter. Yep.
He's looking to snap up a good.
So
good
potential
haul.
25 to 26 points if he gets pole position. He can eat out of Mikkel's championship lead at the moment.
Yeah, he's 26 points. That's gonna put him at 118 to the 135. It's not a big difference there. What is that? 17. 22. Fuck.
Every little
He's my friend.
point counts. Yeah, leave it up to Jeff to do the calculations. All right, we need to focus on.
We never do maths on TV. Right, here we go.
Okay, so it's a formation lap. Luckily, Becky B is essentially, they can see there. So we will have our race start. If you look at it, Becky B, you got to look at that car. That'll be the Williams on the left. And you can see as they go through the corners there, it's going to be such an advantage for the pole sitter to be able to just snap there through there, not have to worry too much about having to brake or judge the braking point of the car in front because he will have clear track.
Go. So the medium boys are going 18 laps on the medium.
I think 18 will run you to So about halfway through. So
medium,
2-stop pit stop strategy, you think is probably the right call there?
Yeah, on those mediums. That's for Curvy. So, the battle's not over yet. Becky B, he wants that whole sweeties, but we've got the alternating strategy. We've got a Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen scenario here. It's always, Mercedes on the...
Well, it is essentially... apart from the Williams, it's essentially a Mercedes there running in P2. Good to see a Williams in the lead there. Not quite sure we're going to see that anytime soon. And then why are we showing Henderson P3? That's right, because of the penalty of customs. Yeah.
Grid spot. He's gone. It feels like he's gone, right down there. He's got Striffium in front of him and Romicon. It'll be interesting to see how those two, Romicon, he might be where he belongs, or that might have been a good lap for him in custom. He might be, a bit peeved off that he's all the way down at 8th after getting that, third place pole.
So there's your pit stop predictions there, mediums or hards. Depending on the situations, they are lining up on the grid there. Now, it's going to be something for Curvex and those medium tyres. How are you going to feel those medium tyres are going to get the launch off the grid there? Also, the last place Ferrari drivers decided to take that strategy. However, it's all going to be about the race start here. Becky B, Curvex, Hennes, they're your top three. As we're going to try to see with a better angle, and hopefully we'll get that. That we will. Becky B on the left, Curvex on the right. This is it. This is Monaco.
Good launch from the Mercedes. He's already got through. He's pushed through, so those mediums were not good for the start. And Becky B's way nice.
Yeah, Hennes has dropped a lot of places right there now. 2 McLaren drivers, and there's a McLaren driver in the wall.
Custom's up 3 places. He's already through Rimacon.
Yep, and then his teammate
down.
Becky B has dropped all the way back as well, if I'm not correct. No, the telemetry is showing there. Striffham's also showing all the way back there. I don't believe that's correct at the moment. We have the safety car deployed already. Let's have a look. Who is that? Car 15. Who is that all the way at the back there? That's the 11th place of BTFU. The other Miss McLaren driver there. So sorry, Bruce McLaren, letting the team down there. Also letting you down there as well, Pirate. Being Bruce McLaren was a fellow New Zealander.
He can still fight back. The safety car's out, so he pits for free. And he'll be with everyone else.
And damage as well. Let's have a look at the cars as we're going to go scroll through there. Becky B in the lead at the moment there. Henna's making his way up into P2. Good job for the Mercedes driver. Curvex dropping a position, it looks like. Back into P3, but surviving that carnage.
Mediums, though, so as long as he's got no damage, he's probably
Henna's is boxing. So P2 is boxing already and deciding to go...
He's getting the hards.
The hards. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Track position.
He might try to go to distance though, you know. Depends. He's got a lot. It's dangerous call to make though, Biggles, because, you know, you've got to fight your way through the pack in the Monaco's.
You do. You have to fight your way through the field. Yeah, it's one thing to have different tyre strategies, but it's another thing to get past, you know, and we've seen that before.
Exactly. And we've got, you know, there was a 3-second spread on those qualifying times. You know,
So,
these guys are doing 112s, 113s. I think there was someone with a 16 at one point, you know, so putting yourself back there, I mean, it's a big gamble. Yes.
And that is as BTFU exits the pits and has to catch the back of the pack. And he's going to catch the back of the pack. He's going to catch the other man that's boxed as well, which is Hennis. So the only two drivers that are actually boxed under the safety car. Still see the predicted pit stop strategy there. That will not apply, obviously, to both Hennis and BTFU, as they've already taken the early pit stops. I'm not quite sure if there was damage on Hennis' car as to why he had to box. However, he has taken that strategy call. They both got rid of those soft tyres.
That's a good point, Biggles. There might have been some damage.
So now will the safety car be in this lap as they approach the sector 3? I don't think so. It will be another lap. This will help the drivers that are on those soft tyres. And
especially BTFU, you know, he's still miles back from the safety car.
Yeah, he's just approaching the third sector right now as the drivers...
You're losing 10 seconds, you know, 9 seconds on the pack, so he's loving that extra lap of safety car.
He is. Gets to catch him. He will catch. He should surely catch the safety car by the end of the third sector, by the start of the third sector. Generally, the rule of thumb is they start it by the...
He's caught it now.
Yeah, we're going to see the safety car in this lap for sure. We'll get the call from the FIA. Becky B, once again, going to get temperature in those tyres. What do you think the percentage would be of those tyres right now as a race driver?
Oh, it wouldn't be much. That safety car, they haven't even done a full race tape on them, have they, Biggles?
But yeah, during the qualifying lap, you think they're around 40s or 50s even, shall we say?
Oh, no.
No?
The tyre dig's not too bad around here because it's so high downforce.
Okay.
I don't think it's very bad.
So they could go, at least about 10 laps, you think, before they start falling off?
Yeah, they'll probably start. They'll pit after lap 10, I think.
And the mediums there for Curvex there, the Racing Point running in P2?
Well, the mediums, you can, if you put lap 11 on the softs, and then you can go all the way on the mediums. But, you know, we've got Henna's going for the hards. We've got BTFU on the hards. So those two will be interesting to watch. They'll need to cut through a bit of this, you know, the backpack. But if they can get that work done, they'll be a real threat to potentially Becky B and maybe even Curvex, but I think Curvex is probably looking pretty... Yeah,
they're going to have to go to the end for sure, at least, because they have to pass everybody, and everybody else has to box. They have to stay out to get that track position. So now, essentially, Becky B, as we're on board with the Williams driver, becomes the safety car, and now getting that great launch, and go. That's the call on the radio from the Jeff and from the Williams team, and that's what Becky B has done. So as they're going to approach into the first corner there. Good launch there. The front two had a great launch there. And there's a little further back there with Custom and Max. And Max losing at 2 places, I believe. Ronald Crumb moving up there and sliding in front of Max. Sorry. I want to keep saying Max. It's Max Center. Oh! Max Center losing another place to Pina.
I think does he have damage or something?
Yeah, he must have damage.
He's really struggling with that.
Yeah, it looks like a front left end plate is missing. And how much time is that going to cost him? He's going to fall into the clutches of Red Hornet very quickly.
Bit of a mystery why it didn't pit. No, I think that's what we're going to see. We'll see people getting damage You know, they'll clip a corner here and there, and then they'll slowly fall back into the clutches of the hard pack runners.
Oh,
I mean, we've already...
so go on board with Red Hornet. He's about to make the move there, and it looks like it's job done. Easy. Pending he doesn't get a penalty, locking up too much there. Striffium's on the back there too. Now of the Mexican Senna. And now, Mexican Senna goes really wide. That means Striffium can get a greasy part, easy, like a, oof. He's probably sweating a little bit in the helmet there. Lucky to not avoid any damage there. Hennes is now all the way in the back. So the Mex Senna now has to definitely box, right? He has to box. There it is.
He's going in, and look, he's gone straight out of the way of the hard place runners. So, you know, as I said, those boys, they were just going to fall back to the hard place runners. So I guess that's really where the hard tyres are coming out, you know, because he's got damage on the restart, and you'll jump those guys, and then you're
losing essentially. Look how many places that he'd lost. Sorry to cut you off. Look how many places he'd lost exactly from the start there. So the leader's up ahead. A little bit of a gap there. Kovacs is going to be within the DRS range, but essentially, as we know, DRS is almost useless around this track. It kind of means nothing. Where are the overtaking points as we're on board the Racing Point driver of Kovacs there? So how much time do you think when you come out of the tunnel there, or where are the points that you think, where, if you were a driver right now, you want to get past Becky B?
You can brake later out of the tunnel. You can, out of the chicane, you know, the tunnel chicane, you can also get a better exit if the driver in front makes a mistake, and you can attack up that straight. And then you can overtake into turn 1, but it's hard to get the exit out of the final corner to overtake into turn 1, I find. But you know, some other drivers, they might find their main straight more useful.
There you have it. I don't really know where to overtake, so generally my car is being lifted up by a crane more than anything. You can see the brake markers.
I mean, yeah. The best way to overtake is just to sit right on the gearbox with the car in front, and then wait till they make a mistake.
So force them into a mistake. I'm sure that's something that the Racing Point driver.
Just, you know, until they get out of position. You know, you can't send it too many places here, and you really need to be able to utilize a mistake on their end.
We're going to go back further into the grid here between the Red Hornet train right now that's forming. So that's the Alfa Romeo driver running in P6. He's got Striffium, MRL Striffium in there, and Hennes, both of the MRL guys, and also STFU running a little bit further back down there.
Just here, it's effectively the battle for the lead. If you look at Hennes, he needs to somehow get past Striffium, or potentially, especially Red Hornet, because that's where he's losing all his time now to the leaders, because he wants to stay within about 15 seconds of them to get the jump on the pit stop. Now, when you're in this sort of position where you've got a slow driver in front and then another driver in front of you, in this case is Striffium, you're just wishing that he would put a move on the slower driver, because you want to be able to put the move on him yourself. But it's hard when, you know, you've got a faster driver being held up by a slower driver, and you're quicker than that faster driver yourself. It's not so easy to get it overtake under the train.
Certainly not. You mentioned it right, and that's the train right now. So I believe a pit stop around Monaco is going to cost you about 29 seconds, if my telemetry is correct. Yeah. So thus, at the moment, if you are, as we are, on board with Hennes, currently he's running 19 seconds away from the leader, which is Becky B. So at this pace, he's comfortably going to be leading this race, pending...
well, we've been on board with him, Biggles. He's lost about 3 seconds to the race leader, so he needs to get past Striffium, so he'll be boiling over here. But he may not be aware of his race situation. You know, he doesn't see what we see and have the numbers in front of him.
But he has Jeff. He has Jeff, right?
Yeah, Jeff's pretty. The boss, you know. It's Codemasters AI, Biggles, so we'll just leave it at that.
Oh, yeah, I think Jeff's contract is up for review. So you can see Striffium as well. He's also thinking he needs to get past the Red Hornet as well. But then again, Striffium and Red Hornet are both running on the same tyre compound, so it's going to come down to pure drive pace.
Hornet, he's almost running into the back of him. He just needs to position his car at the right time and then just throw the car in there. But no, he's lost his place to Hennes. Hennes is... Maybe that's a team order.
It could
He needs
be.
to say, I need to get past. I'm at 22 seconds. If the leader pits now, he'll jump me. Because
Yeah.
retain
So-
the net lead.
Perhaps MRL orders are being in play there. Strifium being the admin as well of MRL is something you want to. Hennis had to be very careful with not messing with the team boss.
He's already on back. He's already over the gearbox of Red Hornet. Just gonna sit on that.
He has to
He's
get
gonna
past.
wait
Let's have a
for
look. You mentioned it before too. His last lap is we're on board with Hennis. His last lap of a 1:16.4. Leader's doing Becky B a 1:14.2. Can you go on the outside there? I don't. That's not a thing. It's just that's a dummy.
He's trying to put pressure on, but see what I mean about their final corner. It's hard to get close enough to hold the DRS and to get by. And passing up through here, like you can do it, Miggles, but you're putting so much trust in the other driver because some people don't know how to leave space.
I have seen it before, actually. I saw a little bit in a league race earlier, I believe, with Brownie. So Brownie and another driver, and then somehow they managed. He's through.
He just got through Red Hornet. He overtook him into the corner, got it done, and now he is going to try fix this race.
Yeah, we have to see his pace now that he's got clear air because 1:17's.
He's going to be pitting soon, but he's still staying out, so he's doing at least another lap. So
who is?
Becky B.
Becky B, yeah. Okay, look, Becky B's still doing pretty good lap times, but if these guys are running in 1:17's and the leaders, Becky B and Curvex are running in 1:14's, actually, sorry, and Custom as well, they're running in 14's. 14's are good, especially when everybody else is running in 17's, as you know.
So, I'm curious if they should have put the mediums on.
The Hornet's boxed.
Still losing time.
The Hornet's boxed, so the pit stop call there.
Time to the leaders, I guess.
And Strifium is boxed as well, so they're going to be a pit stop battle between the two drivers. Who's going to come out first? Medium tyres and a wing change there from Red Hornet. So he had some damage. That means Strifium will get past him with no damage. And the tyre compound difference between the two drivers, Strifium goes on to the hards, and Red Hornet takes the medium compound choice. So can perhaps Red Hornet, who probably did have that damage on the front wing, now can pick up the pace and try to get past Strifium. That will be interesting. A little further down the track, 3 seconds behind after that pit stop. So that will be a battle that will come into play later. Only lap 10 of 39, so essentially we're almost just a quarter of the way through the race. Only one retirement there of Clean Shelby. Not so clean, shall we say. Well, I'm not saying your racing was not clean there, Shelby. I'm just saying the results were not clean with a DNF. But 10 drivers, everybody gets their, what do you call it, the lucky dip. Everybody's a winner, and everybody will get a point at least if you can finish the race. But that's early days at the moment. So pace-wise, let's have a look at these drivers on the hards. So first driver on the hards, running in P6 there is Hennes. Let's have a look at his times as he climbs up the hill through the first sector. Going to be approaching the casino. It's a gambling time right now to be gambling on the Mercedes driver of Hennes. Currently the only Mercedes driver on the track. See if he's going to bet. Do you bet on the black, red, pink, yellow, orange?
He's potentially running in third place right now.
Or you think with the pit stops as well? 26 seconds off the leader.
Yeah, but custom 7.
Oh, there we go. So the medium tyre compound. The medium tyre compound at Curvex is boxing. That's the racing point. He's boxing before the soft compounds. Oh, but it's a front wing change. There it is. There's the call.
He's gone on to the hards as well. So
yep, he has to run. Oh, custom.
Custom's coming, so here we go. Hennes. Will he get in front of custom? Coming out of the pit.
And Ramacron as well.
In the pit. He's coming down in the pit straight. He's got full speed. Blasting. Look, it's going to be close. Looks like Curvex has just managed to stay in front, but Custom's behind him. So as I call, Hennes is in net third place. Max Pena yet to pit 11 laps on those soft tyres, along with the race leader Becky B.
Yeah, Becky B is still yet to box. Also, Max Panner has yet to box. Max
And look
Panner.
who we've got up into 6th place. BTFU, if you'll recall, end of the first safety car.
That's right. 10 laps as well as Hannah's.
Right.
Both of them boxing on those hard tyres and fixing. But I believe Hannah's did not have to fix anything. And leader's boxing. That's Becky B.
And we've got mixed clean Shelby. He's DNF. So that means there's goodies for everyone, but it's all about what's your share. You know, these races are fighting over the biggest share. Becky B currently sitting tight.
And a front wing
26.
change as well for the Becky B. So almost everybody boxing is fixing a front wing as well.
See, here we go. Well, that upset him. He's losing the race lead. He just lost a race lead to Curvex. See that? So you got to wonder to yourself, I'm not sure what condition his wing was in, Biggles, but should he have changed it? Maybe it would have been better to retain track position and just, you've got less downforce, but if you defend till the end of the race, we've seen it done in Monaco before, you can still take the win. Daniel Ricciardo, he didn't even have any electronic drive. He had no electric engine and he still...
Yeah, but mate, you forgot the key element there. He's Australian. So that's just going to, in itself just answer the question what you just said.
That only helps to drink and drive, so I don't think they allow him to drink, so I'm not sure that...
Well, we're gonna go on board that. Look at this battle here between P4, P5, and P6. This is both the McLaren drivers battling it out there of CTSM and BTFU, squabbling over that. And obviously BTFU has the older tyres, 11 laps on those hards. He's going to come under pressure from Ramacon there as well. He's got
Custom's got wing damage. Well, looks like team orders. Customs just let BTFU through after the wing damage.
So now does Custom try to slow up Ramacon? Is that the order there? Don't let Ramacon pass.
Those two do have some beef already.
No, he's boxing. He's boxing.
Yeah, he's boxing.
So he can't slow Ramacon.
He's getting a lap by the 5th place. So.
But Becky B's going to put big pressure right now over Curvex. Yeah. Let's go on board, Becky B. Where do you do it?
We've got the hards versus the mediums, and we've already seen from the Hines, he's now back up into 3rd place. Those hards, they're not the best of tyres.
But go on board with Becky B here as we're following right now. He's got Curvex up ahead. Different tyre compound. So 1 lap on the mediums, 2 laps on the hards. Talk us through this there, Pirate. Like, what are you going to do it? If you're going to try to overtake, let us know.
He's
what
going to
you
try
do.
to get close. He's got to get right up there. So he's dropping back at the moment. He may be looking to cool his tyres a little. I'm not sure about. I don't have that data in front of me, but he's dropping back. I'm not sure about the penalty situation. Maybe there's penalties involved and he doesn't even need to overtake him. But
still too early for penalties. It's all about the driving on track right now. Yeah. So
see, on a track like this, all you can do is sit on them and wait for them to make a mistake or leave an opening. On some tracks you can push them to burn all of their ERS, and make them use the overtake and the rich fuel modes in the straight. Just sit behind them in the slipstream with the DRS. Oh,
Becky B goes a little sloppy there.
Yeah. They both got a bit loose, didn't they?
They did.
Pushing.
As you said, now it's about putting pressure all the way in the back of Curvex. Curvex knows it too. He's looking at his rear vision mirrors. 10 seconds up the road from Hennes at the moment, these two. Hennes on 13 lap hards. Not really be able to do the pace.
Hennes is just going to drop back into the distance, and he'll need to be more worried about.
The two front leaders right now, they're Pirate. They're doing 1 minute 12s. 1 minute 12 and a half, shall we say. Yeah. The guys behind, 1 minute 15s.
There's no time management here, Biggles. You got to manage your tyres and lose, or you're going to push and maybe win. It's all to play for. And Becky B, he's probably spewing that wing damage. He might have got that on the pit bloody entry, Biggles. You never know.
Yeah, that's possible, isn't it?
You can see he's boiling. He's wanting to get past. He wants those points. He knows that Milk Cow's not here. This is his chance to get within, under 20 points between the race leader and himself.
And I see no damage on the cars at the moment, the external cosmetic view, shall we say. No. So whatever damage there is, it's very, very minimal. So this is all about racing pace and it's all about racing skill.
Locking up into all these corners. Becky B, he'll be loving seeing that. He'll be saying to himself, there's a couple of degrees there, there's a couple of degrees there. You're going to be slow into the braking zone and I'm going to have you.
I love that strategy call there from a driver himself who has some pace. I didn't have that experience, so I like that when you can...
You can see Kervick worried. He's moving over to prepare to cover the inside, but he sees that Becky B's still a bit far back, so you can just take the corner as normal.
So you kind of just like... It's like your prey, isn't it? You're ready to pounce. You're just trying to force the driver up ahead of you into an error, put him under pressure, and you can see the big lock up there from Kervix as well.
And look, he even gives him a wee shove, so you know, get a move on, boy. You want to be leading, you gotta go faster than that.
And what sort of pressure does that put on a driver? If you're right now, Pyro, you're in the racing point of Kervix. How do you feeling right now? You are looking in your rear view mirrors.
A lot of drivers, they don't like it, but it was me. I'm not. I live and breathe for this shit, but some drivers, they don't like it, so you know, it can put a lot of pressure on people. But the main thing is that it's just forcing. Look at him, he's locking up into almost every corner. He's wearing those tyres. Those hards are already, you know, they've got less grip than the mediums. It's further away from the softs, and all of these drivers are tuned to the soft tyres, so as soon as you put a hard or a medium on, like, you're drifting away from, you know how these teams, they have problems with correlation, where your driving correlation gets, you know, it becomes a bigger...
But is this also a good strategy call from Racing Point? Like, okay, you know, bring Becky B into play. Like, if I was a race engineer, like, okay, let him just try and wear as much as he possibly can out of those medium tyres, because at the end of the race, those mediums are going to fall off the cliff, whereas Kervix might have a little advantage. No?
These mediums are quite fresh still. So, you know, for sure, you know, these hards, they're more overall, they'll perform more, but once they wear in, he's not going to have that peak performance from him, and then he'll just, you know, the mediums potentially can eat him up. But the thing is, it's Monaco. You know, if Kervix doesn't make a mistake, oh, here we go, Becky B, he's pushing through. He's pushing through, he might be through here. Depends, yeah, he's in.
How do you stick it on the outside there with that love tapping?
It's getting a bit, yeah. I mean...
You can't make it stick there.
He didn't want to give it up, you know. He probably, as I said, you know, he wasn't defensive enough. He let the car in front get closer and he took the normal line. So Becky B, he knew he could position his car. They're both going to have a shit corner. But, you know, he knows, I've got you. You can't turn in on me. I'm on the inside.
Yeah, I always worry about that as well, isn't it? Because if you are, and Becky B had made it work, but if you are the driver there as well, and, you know, it's easy to lose a wing and an end plate, and that's going to cost you.
The thing is, Becky B, right, he's in second place. If he puts his car there and he gets turned in on, Kervix gets a penalty. There's 20 seconds back to the next car, so they're probably both going to get back to racing without losing position. But one of them's now got
all right, let's go back to the battle there. Sorry, between Robicon now and P5, all over the back of MRL BTFU. So once again, we're going to see another similar battle.
Yeah, so this is the hard tyres starting to turn off. You know, they've had 16 laps. Romicon's just, oh no, it's Hennes. It's just pitted for mediums.
Again, yeah. What's going on there?
So these guys, I mean, the thing is, as I was saying before, the correlation between the hard and the soft is quite a, you know, there's a big difference there. So people are moving away from what's comfortable. And then as soon as those start losing peak performance, sure, they don't deteriorate as much, but you don't have enough to begin with. With the mediums, they just feel so similar to the softs, so, you know, the drivers don't have to adapt to race with them.
Well, Romicon has to obviously get on with it as well. BTFU, 17 laps on those hard tyres. Definitely falling off the cliff, but it's also costing time. 26 seconds now, Romicon is from the leader. So,
Romicon's going to attack him. Romicon's coming in. Yeah, he's pushing, takes it inside, and he goes through.
That looked all...
Overtake button on. That's risky.
It looked all too easy, didn't it, really, at the end of the day? But that's just traction, right?
Those old hards, you know, into the tunnel, there's just no grip.
So Hennes is boxed now, and let's have a look at him. He's all over the back of Red Hornet. Again.
So we have to get past him again.
So, but this
he has done it, and he's on fresh mediums. Hornet, he'll be struggling with those 9-lap-old mediums just because, you know, there's less grip than he'd like around a track like Monaco.
Yep, medium versus medium.
And when you're pushing, if you slide half a metre, it's a wall here. A lot of tracks, might be a bit of a curb or a bit of grass, and you can ease off and straighten up. But here, that's went gone, and maybe a pit stop.
He did take the extra pit stop as well. So far, Hennes has taken an extra pit stop over everybody else, and it looks like he can try to make it from the outside, and he has. Wow, that is the grip that you just mentioned there as well on those tyres, and that just looks all too easy.
Just retired, DNF.
Oh, what happened?
Romacon.
Where is
We'll see
Kerbex?
if we can...
Out of the swimming pool complex. So,
yeah,
game. He's just
As
missed.
I was just saying, Biggles, I cursed him, but, he's pushing the car. Everything's flat at that point. You're just turning in and hoping it holds. So if it gives up, you're probably going into the wall.
And safety car's been deployed.
Whoa.
And our race leader has...
And Romacon just smashed into the wreck of Curvix. And BTFU has also DNF. So that car has taken out where Max Penner, he's having problems. They can't get through. The track is blocked by cars.
Ouch.
Yeah, he's
who is that?
Have
they cleaned that up yet, or they cleaned that up?
Yeah, they've cleaned it up. Codemasters has come in with the ghosted.
So this is compromised maybe the race leader of Becky B. Becky B, but then Becky
B's fine. Becky B's fine. But, everyone else, Curb X, he's gone because he took himself out. But then BTFU, he's DNF'd as well. He was up running well. He would have enjoyed that free pit stop because, as we know, he was on those 17 lap halves. Romacon, he's coming up out of nowhere. I think he started 9th place. Now he's looking like he's going to get a podium.
Yeah, you think about it right now. He's in 3rd place. Yeah. He just hit the pit stop. Now already Becky B had passed the pit stops during that safety car.
See, Henny's had to come in again. He had just pitted. So he's spewing. If he hadn't hit that wreck of Curvix, he would have been sitting pretty. So
Becky B's
really
boxing.
Shaking things up.
Yeah, Becky B has a lot of time right now. 53 seconds to the next car behind. That's Max Pena. So he's got a free pit stop in hand. Go to the softs, do you think? Yeah. Too early? No, mediums.
Go mediums.
And no damage, so that's crucial.
What? Yeah, because, he needs, there's still 16 laps, whatever.
That is interesting. So we have 4 retirements, as we kind of expected. I'm thinking at the moment.
These boys, they'll, they may be retired, but they're going home with goodies. We've got
they're going home goodies.
A 9 and an 8. The guys have got their points.
They're going home with.
They can crack a beer and watch the rest of the race.
That's true, isn't it?
How to win, but we've got a safety car restart. That can always be a bit of interesting. Into turn 1, there's not a lot of room there. That corner, on the exit, everyone's trying to go wide to the wall. So
the interesting thing right now, if we're going to go on board with the Renault driver of Max Penner. Now he's the only man that has not stopped and put some fresh boots on. So 9 laps on the mediums. He's going to essentially be starting on the safety car on P2.
That's going to be very interesting, and it adds a lot more spice because I don't think we've really seen him running too far up the order all day. So if he's in position 2 on old tyres, he's really going to set a train up. Then we might get some impatient drivers. These guys, some of them have had their race quite badly compromised by circumstances. But the safety car's out. It's Monaco. You're heading around the corner. Maybe you should be going a bit slower.
All right, let me give it. You can talk to us. Give me like 30 seconds to grab something and be back.
Okay. Yeah. So here we go. It's the safety car coming in. No, it's staying out another lap. So we'll sit here behind the safety car. It never goes slow enough for it, but it is what it is.
I'm back. So second safety car, I believe, right, from this race.
Yeah, we're doing another lap, second safety car.
Yep. So at the moment, it looks like most drivers have completed at least 2 to 3 pit stops.
The thing is, you know, these guys are sitting quite far behind the safety car. You know, usually when you're coming back from a, you know, pit stop, safety car's on, everything's in lean, you know, looking at nursing the car, the tyres. But these guys, they need to push because they don't want to lose time with the safety cars out.
And also just over halfway through the race as well. Lap 23 of 39. Still a lot of racing to go with 4 retirements already. So at this rate, we might only see essentially 4 cars by the end of the race. I hope not.
I think everyone's got pretty good levels of fuel on board. No one's caught out with too much or too little.
Strategy call wise, it doesn't look good like for the Renault driver. Once again, he'll have to make those medium tires go absolutely to the end, and also have the fast paces of Romacon, Custom, Hennes, Red Hornet, and Striffim all behind him. But that's it. They're the only cars that
he might just be looking for some glory, Biggles. I don't think.
Yeah, some sponsorship
you know,
advertising.
Yeah, you know, exactly. He just wants Renault to get that, you know, that extra bit of marketing return on their investment.
Well, certainly good for Williams, because once again, Becky B leading the pack.
Here we go.
Is that
and
green flag?
Becky B breaking away. Yeah, we got Max Pino. Romacon's going to instantly be up on his gearbox. The rest of the pack's got a healthy gap. No one really too well on it with that restart. You know, no one's within a second. So
I think Hannah's dropped a few places as well. He dropped all the way back to P7, so Striffin got past him. And the other battles there, Romacon a little closer. Already a big gap forming after that safety car restart. Quite interesting.
Yeah. He just did drop a lot, didn't he?
Yeah, he dropped back, I believe, almost 2 positions, 2 or 1. But
he got him, mate.
Not quite sure what happened. Hannes, come on, Hannes. You got the commentary support here. I want to see you on a podium. Looking good at the start. But it doesn't look like he's got damage.
It all went downhill for him when he hit that wreck of Curvex.
Yep. So now Romacon's the driver. Now let's see the difference between 3 laps. Or essentially really only 1 lap on those mediums, under 1 lap of racing, shall we say. But it looks like Max Penner is going to be under the big pressure right now as Becky B sets faster and faster laps. So,
well, Becky B's laughing. He's away. He's got this in the bag. If he doesn't make a mistake, he'll be fine. Max Pino.
Hennes is boxed again, being dead last at the moment. I guess he doesn't really have to worry too much about that. He can also try to get at least the fastest lap point. That can be something because he's gone into the softs. Maybe a little too early for the softs, not quite sure. But now Romacon has to get past the Renault driver, as we kind of predicted the Renault driver on those old medium tyres.
Custom and Romacon really want to get going. I guess Red Hornet might struggle to get onto the back of Max Pino. He hasn't been showing too much pace, but we never know. He might really come alive. The dying laps of the race.
Yeah, we're going to see that Max Pano train forming very quickly.
Yeah.
And might, as you said, bring Red Hornet into play, and Striffim's all over the back of him as well.
But I mean, I think those boys, they'll be happy with the 4 and the 5. That's a good haul of points for them.
Are these race drivers? Not going to be happy 4 and 5. They want to be 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, but you know.
Becky B setting an example. Here we go.
Here we go. Romacron on Max Pino. He's going around the outside. He's gonna say, my balls are bigger than yours. He'll pull out. See you later. Now we've got Custom right on the back of Max Pino. See, it's tempting to pull out alongside through here, but it's dangerous, you know. If a driver, he doesn't give you the room, the respect, you can both end up in the wall. Now he needs to get positioned well so he can either capitalise on a mistake.
Oh,
being the wrong place.
I think you give it a little love tap there to remind him that, hey, speed up.
Him along. So don't let Romacon run away from me, because me and him, we've got beef left over all the way from qualifying. They both took each other out. 5 place penalty for Custom and Romacon, as we know, DNF. There we go. He's cut the corner a bit. 5-second time penalty. He'll be swearing. He'll be cussing, but he's made the move. So
He'll be swearing. He'll be custom.
Yeah, Mix Pinot tried to come back, stuck his nose where it didn't belong into the swimming pool complex, and customs away with. He's got a 3-second penalty, but.
Yeah, I'm sure he can make that 3 seconds up really quickly as well.
He's going to have their third place, but as I was saying, he's got beef for Fromicon left over from qualifying, so hopefully we can see a bit of on-track action, see if we can get some closure from that qualifying event, and I think no matter what, there'll be 2 happy drivers as long as they at least finish in the podium steps.
Well, I tell you what, you call it right there. I love your commentary there, those choice of vocabulary words. Give me some giggles. I am the Biggles, and you're making the Biggles giggles, shall we say, up in the commentary box here. Becky B at the moment is giggling in his cockpit in the Williams. Certainly, unfortunately, not making Claire Williams giggle anymore, but certainly making the Williams team proud.
I'm sure she'll still be smiling.
She'll still be smiling. I would be.
On the top step, and Frankie will be there.
Frankie will be in there. Look at this.
Some of the bubbly wine.
Becky
probably
B.
on the medical marijuana, Frankie he'd probably roll like that. So.
Oh, you do make it very entertaining, sir, and it's an absolute pleasure. And you've definitely popped your cherry when it comes to commentary, sir. Very good so far. As Becky B, I'm sure will be very pleased to listen to the commentary that you have given the Williams driver here. Last lap at 112. Even before the last lap was 111. So Becky B is just like, come on, guys. Are you in F2 cars? Or F1 cars? I'm not quite sure at the moment because I'm 8 seconds ahead and literally in control of this race. And you could probably pull over. I think Becky B can pull over underneath the casino, jump up to the tables, make a quick bet, come back and resume the race and still be ahead.
Yeah, well, I do think that, chasing is more dangerous in Monaco than it is leading, because leading, you can take it slow, you just got to position yourself well, but when you're chasing, you're always pushing to be in the right place at the right time, and you can end up in the wall. And I think that's happened to Curvex, and all challenges now evaporated out of the race with Becky B, because that was his race challenge at Curvex on the medium tire to start with. They had alternate strategies before Curvex was out of it because he had to pit due to wing damage, I think, but he came straight back in it. Lots
of damage, exactly as you called it. So
that's the thing, people tap the wall here and there, and then all of a sudden they've got to go back into the pits, so the whole race can constantly chop and change.
So 10, essentially 11 laps remaining in this race as the field starts to spread out. You do see this in Monaco. We have a bunch of drivers, essentially about 2 drivers in the first sector, 2 drivers in the second sector, 3 drivers or 4 drivers in the third sector. So it gives us a little moment there. Pirate, you've been racing for a little while. Oh, big lock up there from Striffman, keeps it out of the wall. He's running plump last at the moment. Henna's boxing again. I mean, is he missing his teammates? Like his team crew? Like he's putting some fresh soft tires on back down and another front wing.
Maybe he's going for another fastest lap,
Yep, Henna's your that front wings come out of your paycheck. All right, the first 2 are free. The third and fourth front wings are deducted from your pay salary. So just remember that. And those front wings are not cheap. I believe they're about 20 or 30,000 pounds per front wing. And if you are familiar with the last race, that Claire Williams got I believe a signed front wing from all the team of Williams as a going away present, shall we say, or a departure present, which I thought was a nice gift.
Yeah.
From them, especially.
Well, I know that they copped a lot of flack, for their lack of performance and whatnot, but all good things come to an end. Even look at Ferrari now, big organisation like that, legendary. They got all the money, they know how to do it, but they still cock it up. And you've got Williams.
They do.
They were just doing their best, and the thing is they were potentially on the back on the up, but.
Yeah, but I think the big difference of Williams and
don't have the money.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, also Williams are not producing cars, road cars. They don't have a manufacturing plant. They don't have a product that they're producing. They do have parts, I believe, that they're producing.
So, yeah, well, for sure. So they've got the Williams Specialist Engineering Division, and I mean, there's probably a lot of business there. But the thing is, as you say, they don't do cars, they don't do a lot of big other flashy things. So when their car's not performing on track, that's directly affecting their bottom line as far as revenues concerned.
And that's the modern day Formula One, unfortunately. And I grew up watching Williams, and I was a fan of Nigel Mansell and other drivers, obviously, as well.
Let's put it in the biggles. Let's say on F1 Online in these league races, if you could pay money, thousands of dollars, it'd be like, I paid $1,000, so my car has like party mode in it for the whole race. When I want to use it, I can use it, and it wears the engine a bit more, but overall it's pay to win. And then you show up to these league races and someone's got that, it's because it's like, oh, but I'm the Mercedes driver, I could pay $1,000, mate, but
yeah,
I don't have $1,000 to spend, I'll just do my best with what I have. But people, they're not going to like that. That's not fun. So,
you called it.
It's interesting, isn't it, the way that
you're right. That's right, Pirate. You called it exactly, man. You called it exactly, and that's
like
what.
And in the game, there'd be a lot of salty boy tears. But
salty boy tears.
Luckily, we got equal power. So.
Yeah, exactly. And if people out there are not aware, these cars are generally in all league racing. You will find online in virtual racing. You'll find, even though they are in different cars, and that's just for the aesthetics, shall we say, of the fun of racing. But they're all equal. So the only thing that's not equal is the tyre choices, if they listen to Jeff or not, the team strategy, and so forth. So it's good to see that. However,
I guess there's a bit of it. Some people they've got the Fanatec, some people got the G29, or
I got my keyboard, bro. Don't worry about that.
Keyboard. Well, there's people with the pad, and a lot of people don't like their pad, So.
No, I don't. I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm talking about people don't like other people using the pad.
Oh, but there are some fast people on the pad, and I've seen some fast people on the keyboard as well, like keyboard magnism, oh god, tongue twister. But yeah, I've seen a few drivers in the league racing that have a lot of pace with keyboards, and hats off to them. But at the end of the day, you would imagine that they're quick on a keyboard. Imagine how quick they'd be on a steering wheel.
Yeah.
As Red Hornet.
If you master the input method, you master the game.
So Red Hornet at the moment running in P5, 11 laps, a little bit fresher than Max Penna on 19 laps on those medium compounds. That's the closest battle.
This is Max Penna potentially losing his next set of places to the cars that are pitted, although it looks like the MRL boys have just been having a miserable old time, and they're falling quite a bit off the pace, probably from repairing those wings.
Yeah, we should check to see whether or not Becky B's still actually running in the car at the moment. Or Becky B's actually on the yachts right now, and those fancy multi-million-dollar yachts partying in the Bay of Monte Carlo, just hanging out with some grid girls. We don't see grid girls anymore, but I'm sure Becky B could probably find them.
He's definitely swinging his ass around.
13 seconds up the road too, so and clearly 1 second a lap quicker. So
it's still pushing. He wants to have a big lead.
Yeah, 33 or 39. So still plenty of time. But as you know, you can't afford to take your hands off the steering wheel for 1 second and check your Twitch fans, your messages, your Instagram fans, or whatever. And as soon as you take your eye off the ball in Monte Carlo, you're in the wall. Oh, that even rhymes. I don't even mean that's a rhyme. So I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. But that's the way it works. So it's still concentration to the very end. And we have seen drivers slip up in the last moment thinking that they're very comfortable.
We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Looks like Hennes is in the wall again.
Oh, no. That's not good, Hennes. That's kind of more out of his salary. So he knows the rule of thumb. The first, he's gone back, he's boxing again.
Pulled the safety car out again.
He's pulled the safety car out. Why? He's not even on track. Front wing again, Hennes, that is coming out of your salary. The first two are free. After that, it's £20,000 a front wing.
For pit stop too.
I think we should start charging the drivers for tyres as well. So exactly. So Striffim as well, boxing behind him.
So Max Penna could consider boxing at this stage to get rid of those tyres.
Well, Striffim's actually ahead of him as well because he's actually a lap ahead. So that's how much of a Henna's race that he's had, unfortunately. Because I really thought the man would have a chance of getting a podium this evening, especially on his 7 runners. But, as he gets past the safety car very, very fast, because he has to catch the back of the pack. Didn't look like much of a safety car, because that safety car was going so slow that it almost scared me as they go past. So Customs, P3 is boxing. That's the McLaren driver. Going to the softs. So can he get out in time?
And a new mixed P8 boxing. So Red Hornet in front of Custom. That's the one to watch.
Yeah,
Looks
yep.
like he's going to fall behind.
Where's he
Looks
coming
like Red
out?
Hornet's getting through. Yep, Red Hornet's through.
Hornet's got him.
Shit.
He's going to slot in
Red
behind
Hornet,
him. And Mexican Pina as well. That he's also decided he's had enough of those tyres.
See,
But he...
It's funny, because you know what the situation reminds me of, and no offense to anyone here, this is just, a funny metaphor I've just thought of, but, Monaco, on online lobbies, you get a lot of tortoise and the hare sort of scenarios, these boys, they got the pace, but they push him, they make mistakes, and then slow and steady's coming through, and they're scooping up all those goodies, they're getting those points, they taking them home to their wives, their children, sharing them out with the team, and everyone's happy.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Glad to have you in the commentary booth there. That's Pirate. So you race a few leagues there, Pirate, or generally it's a little late. It's actually...
just the one, as you know, I've got a 10-month-old boy, so don't have much time for racing, so I'm lucky just to have the one league on the Sunday night.
And he also has a very quick, you have a very quick son as well. He has to try to, he can turn your force feedback steering wheel now, right? He can actually...
he like push all the buttons, and
he can put
I race with him on the lap, and just to see the lines and how to smash the other car.
So he drives like Biggles.
Yes.
He probably drives better than me, actually.
Yeah. So here, after the safety car, we've got Becky B, Romacon, Custom, Mix Penis, and then the 2 MRL boys.
Right. Well, we have a Mercedes leading the race again, even though it's not an actual Formula 1 car Mercedes, but it is a Mercedes. Did you like the Mercedes car in the Tuscan Grand Prix there, painted red there? Celebrate the Ferrari. Did you notice the safety car? It was brought out a few times.
I don't like the red car though. So.
Oh, you didn't like the Ferrari red?
I just don't like red cars. So.
Oh, you're like you're very your favorite team obviously was probably McLaren, right? Throughout the years. Oh.
No, I just like it jumps around. Usually I like rooting for the underdogs, eh?
Yeah, I do too.
It's more fun that way because it's if someone always wins, it's no fun to watch them. It's just like, oh yeah, they won again.
Yeah, it makes the sport a lot more entertaining, and we do as well in the commentary booth as well.
Highs and lows, that's what I'm all about.
Yep.
Legalise weed in New Zealand.
And New Zealand certainly has its share of men and women that are very good at performing for a small nation. Safety car is in this lap now. Becky B once again has to do it. So Becky B's all that work that Becky B had put in is now absolutely down the drain, and he has to do it all over again.
And here we go. We've got Romacron. He's feeling good. He's up 4 places from where he started. We've got Red Hornet. He's up 7. He's going to be driver of the day, but he's already under attack from Custom. Custom has blitzed past him. It's because he's on those medium tyres. Custom pitted for those mediums, and he may live to laugh at him all biggles.
Yeah, however, Custom has 12 seconds time penalties. Who's that going really slow? That's Red Hornet. So Red Hornet is dropping back into P5.
Yeah, we got Custom here on the mediums. I mean, on the softs, he's battling Romacon on the mediums and Becky B on the mediums. So it's old tyres versus new track position. Now these boys have the high ground.
Yeah, now he's got to get on with it right now. He's on the team radio. He's on the Jeff. Jeff knows. It's like, this is Jeff. You have 12 seconds of time penalties there, Custom. So you need to not only get...
he almost lost it.
He almost cooked it.
There's a few boys that probably have time penalties. It'll be interesting to see because you do
Well-
get him for hitting the wall, hitting other cars. You know.
Well,
Some of those chicanes do-
Rubicon up ahead has no time penalties, and I'm only giving you time penalties as per the situation of corner cutting. If they have 5 seconds of penalties that are not served,
Oh yeah.
that will be towards the end. You can probably check that for me. However, I can give you the 3-second time penalties. Oh, it's custom slaps the wall a little bit. That's not a good thing you want to do if you want to get past these drivers, especially on these fresh tires. But yeah, he's got 12 seconds. Romacon up ahead there, and what a good recovery race there from the Alfa Romeo driver up into P2. So
Yeah,
he
well,
has
these
to.
boys,
Yep.
they've got beef left over from qualifying. I think we're going to see it play out on the last 2 laps.
Yeah, you did call that, didn't you, a lot earlier?
Yeah, well, you know, they've obviously both got pace, and the race would have been a bit different for them if
Becky B
not
already.
had that wipe out.
Yeah, Becky B already 3 seconds up the road. Just continuing on with the Becky B pace. Almost 2 seconds a lap quicker than everybody else on track. So once again, we're seeing the Becky B pace.
Yeah.
But the race is going to be coming down to whether or not Custom or even a Mex Peanut can actually put the challenge there to Custom as well. Because remember, Custom has 12 seconds penalties. So that's got to...
Oh, yeah, exactly. So he's...
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the last lap.
Custom
This is the last lap. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, final lap. Romacon's probably going to finish out in front as well.
I think we're going to have to go
Custom will drop down. He can drop all the way down past Red Hornet. Red Hornet might have some penalties, but...
Red Hornet has no penalties, so I think Custom's going to drop way out of there, even just ahead of
Yeah.
Striffium there. So I think at the moment Custom's going to drop into P5.
I never saw what happened to qualifying, but this may or may not be karma, you know. I'm not saying anything, so I haven't seen the footage, don't know firsthand. But, you know, it's either some super bad luck or some karma that we're seeing unfold on track right now.
It's all about Becky B and the Williams, and this is going to be a very special day for Williams because we have not seen a Williams, and I'm going to bring that over to you, Pi. When's the last time you've seen a Williams win the Monaco Grand Prix?
Oh.
Well, tap
Might
your
not
memory on
been
that one.
long ago. The thing is, you know, while Williams are, you know, the laughing stock of the paddock today, it's like, you know, a lot of, before the three big teams that are dominating it now, as we finish the race, everyone in order, Custom dropping down.
He'll drop
Red
even
Hornet's
further.
crossing the line, will he drop further?
Yeah, he'll drop
Yes, he
behind.
does. Red
Yeah,
Hornet's
I know, Red
jumped
Hornet
up
goes there.
past Max Penny.
Oh, so the 5-second penalties applied there.
Yeah.
So
And we've got our championship order.
Alfa Romeo, good points haul there, P2 and P3. But obviously Becky was the driver. Well, Red Hornet gets the driver of the day, but Becky gets the top step of the champagne and the sweetest champagne taste that you get being on the top step. There you go, Becky B. Your race, even though you were in a little bit of an Alfa Romeo sandwich, it doesn't matter. You dominated the race, 5.8 seconds leading, controlling it from the multiple restarts as well, with the 2 pit stop strategy. As most drivers had done, and I'm finishing on almost 20 laps on those mediums as well. So, what an absolute race from Becky B. So, how does that affect the championship standings there now? As I run through the order there, Becky B starting from pole, finishing on pole, dominating the race. Also gets the trifecta. Becky B, 1, 2, 3, pole, race win, and the fastest lap at 1:11.6 was the fastest lap there, following down Romacon. P2, good recovery drive from the Alpha driver, starting in P6 with a lot of accidents and so forth occurring there. Red Hornet there, also another great, as you saw, driver of the day. P10 up into P3. Mex Pina in the Renault driver. Custom. Striffium there from P7, gaining 1 place up into P6 there. Hennes from a 3rd place position, dropping all the way back down and also stopping, as you can see, 7 times. Wow. BTFU Curvex there. It gave us a lot of great racing entertainment, but that the DNF does not count there. Max Senna and DNF, and Clean Shelby was one of the first early DNFs there, but Curvex was up the front there racing over everybody, but unfortunately that did not work out too well for him. So
Yeah. Really impressed with Red Hornet's performance, you know. I felt like he really stuck it in there and was really consistent and got the result.
Definitely. Hey, thank you very much there for absolute last minute there. I think I asked Pirate probably about five or so minutes before the race there to come in and help me out. So
Thought I'd have a punt at it, you know.
You had a punt, and you had an awesome punt, mate. It's been very, very good. I'm glad you popped your commentary cherry.
Yeah, cheers, Biggles.
I hope to see you back. Yeah, it is. And especially from your driving expertise as well, because you're a very fast man. I know that, because you've lapped me a bazillion times. It's not hard to lap me, but yeah, you race in a lot of racing leagues, and you're also a fun, enjoyable bloke, and you're also a fellow Asia Pacific, Australia and New Zealand. We are, we're a team down under. Yep. So thank you very much. Thank you to all the drivers. Some interesting strategy now, some interesting points changes in the championship. So it's been good. Monaco is generally one of those races that can get a little boring, but I don't think this one wasn't so boring. I think this one actually was quite good, quite entertaining.
Oh, I see you've got Becky B in the interview waiting room, so maybe he's...
yeah, well, maybe we can switch over to the interviews here for a second. I don't have any graphics, unfortunately, prepared for that, but let's jump down and talk to Becky B real quick. Hey, hello, Becky B.
Hello.
Yep, wait, welcome. You're, well, what can we... yeah, Pirate, you want to lead the interviews there?
Oh, no, I'm alright. I was just congratulating Biggles to let you take the lead.
Come on, Pirate. You got to pop your cherry. You have to pop your interview cherry as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. So, how'd you find the race today, Becky? You had a pretty dominating performance, a little bit of pressure from Curvex there, but you seemed to handle that well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with it. I knew coming in I was going to have good pace, and I was a little worried when I saw him qualify on the mediums. I thought about switching my strategy, but I just wanted to stick with what I knew would work, and I got lucky. I was lucky to get past him when I did before the tire wear really kicked in. But yeah, it's unfortunate what happened to him. I didn't really see, but I'm guessing he probably found some walls. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he just lost it into the swimming pool complex. So we full throttle through the first of the two chicanes, and the car probably just didn't have enough grip. He was expecting a bit more. We didn't see it on board, but we saw the carnage, and there was quite a few cars ran straight into it. I think another car DNF'd.
Right, and I had a lot of pressure in the first sector or the first stint, because after I think lap 5, I had pretty decent damage on my front wing. I think that's why he was able to stick with me so easily when I was on the soft still.
And he as well also I think had to put an extra time, so his strategy got a bit muddled up before he lost it. But you definitely had the performance, and we thought you'd be the man to watch, especially with Milk Cow being absent. So I'm sure you're relishing the opportunity to grab all those extra points.
And I think that's probably my best one of if not my best tracks for sure too.
Yeah,
and I'm happy. That's my first ever league racing win, so I'm happy to finally pop the cherry.
Yeah, and it's a good track to pop it at too. For sure. Yeah, people love to take a Monaco win home.
So Becky B, good, yeah, absolutely, good job. So you're gonna be doing backflips into the Red Bull pool, even though it wasn't a Red Bull.
So. Yeah, for sure.
You can do backflips into the.
Up now, aren't they?
You can do backflips into the. To the bay of Monte Carlo there, and then jump onto one of those multi-million-dollar yachts, and then pop some champagne all of those beautiful ladies, I'm sure, that are sitting in their bikinis on the boat there. So hats off to you. You need to get out there and celebrate with them rather than talking to us in the commentary booth. But good job. Yeah, Mikhail must be now scared. He's worried he's got a new contender in town.
Hope so. Finally put some pressure on him a little more.
Thank you. He's looking forward to the next race. Well done.
Sure. Yep, thank you guys.
There we have it there, Pirate. So good to hear from the race winner, Becky B. Kept us entertained.
Yeah, no, seems happy, doesn't he? He's pleased, and I'm not surprised.
He owned Monaco by far. He should have. He's probably already got a. I think his personal assistant's probably already got him a new apartment lined up in Monaco for him to stay at. And
well, that's race day, isn't it? You have your winners and your losers. Curvex, he put in a good showing, but unfortunately today wasn't his day. But hopefully he comes back stronger. And I guess well drivers, but maybe second place. Those 18 points would have been better for him than the 26th. But when you're in that cockpit, you always want all the glory.
You do, and Monaco throws a spanner in the mix, especially when you have to follow around those cars and under a couple of safety cars, even with a smaller grid. A lot of different strategy calls, and you have to be on the right one at the right time. And obviously, Baker B did that, as well as some of the other drivers.
It could have been a technical issue, maybe the suspension gave up. It's hard to tell from the TV, isn't it?
It is certainly hard to tell from the TV. So, Pirate, once again, thank you very much, man.
You're welcome.
You're a good pal, you're a good mate. And it was good to actually have you up in. I hope your flight wasn't too bumpy there from New Zealand all the way over here to.
Just let's fueled up the jet,
Yeah. Well, now you can. Well, now we can. Well, let's head down to the casino and let's start enjoying the benefits of the champagne.
Yeah. All right. See you, everybody.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Go enjoy and tune in for the next PPR esports race. This is Division 2, so lots more racing to come. So everybody stay safe.